So I'm just gonna play, watching my eyes away, Dr. Play, watching my eyes away, Dr. Play, watching my eyes away.
Welcome back, YouTube family. Guys, today on the dock, we will be covering extracts, liqueurs, and syrups. I was about to say simple syrups, but actually we're going to be doing some complex syrups in a sense. But anyway, and today on the docket, we are going to start with a liqueur. So we are doing a banana liqueur, and it's something that's fairly simple. These extracts and syrups and liqueurs, you can use them in a whole bunch of different stuff. I know you heard me talk on the channel recently on my Why Not Tastings video about some of the things that you can do with the wines that don't attenuate or go all the way dry and they still be a little sweet. Well, like I said, when you're trying to achieve more flavor profiles and you're trying to put it up in different steps, whether it's primary fermentation, secondary fermentation / conditioning, or right before you're bottling, you can actually use any of these extracts, these liqueurs or syrups to do this. And like I said, it's fairly simple. Basically, like one example I showed you was with the Tahitian vanilla beans that you seen the extract I had up in my other 8-ounce jar that I had made, or 32-ounce jar, whatever you want to say. Basically, with some of those things, you can let sit for a long time and they hold up pretty well. So you can wind up using your extracts and liqueurs and syrups at different times to add different flavors, especially if you're looking to combine different flavors. You would have those things sitting on the shelf because they're pretty shelf stable. And I've been made this many times, and actually I got a cabinet that has different extracts that I made, since it's just mainly alcohol and herbs, spices, or fruits, or whatever you put up in there. But anyway, right now we're going to cover the liqueur. So right here I have a 64-ounce jar, and I bought a 64-ounce set of jars, or I would say about 6 jars. And I keep saying Walmart. No, they're not a sponsor, but Walmart is literally right next to me. I can walk there. But their 64-ounce jars, I think, was on sale for like I want to say $16-18. But I wanted to get a big enough jar so we can cut these bananas, and I have roughly around, I probably want to say around 7 bananas, nice sized bananas sitting here. As you can see, they're ripe. So we're using about 7 ripe bananas that we're going to cut up and put into our jar. Then we want to make a simple syrup out of that. So we're going to macerate, or should I say macerate, our bananas up in 1 cup of white sugar and 1 cup of raw cane sugar. Now, I know you see the maple syrup that we have sitting here up in the back. It's supposed to be 100% pure syrup. Hint, hint, I don't know, but it should be. but also we have some brown sugar sitting back here. Now this is light brown sugar, but these things are only to show you what you can switch out or add in or whatever. But for today's video purpose, I want to go with a pretty light flavor on our banana syrup and just get the flavor of the bananas itself without making it too complex with the taste profile, as far as adding maple syrup and the light brown sugar that we have here up in the back. So just know for this recipe, it's not going in it. Now, with that being said, I'm going to give you a tip. If you want to add the complex sugar flavors or whatever with the maple syrup or whatever, you can add half a cup of maple syrup to this. And you can also add half a cup of light brown sugar. You're just going to get a more rich, complex flavor. But once again, like I said, null and void on the maple syrup and the brown sugar. We're not using that today. We're only using these two sugars down here. Okay, so like I said, it's not too much to this. We're gonna cut the bananas up, put it up in here, take our sugar, pour it over the bananas, shake it up just a little bit, and then we're gonna allow it to sit 24 to 48 hours. And we're gonna see as it progresses how you naturally get those banana flavors or that juice out of the bananas, because it still contains water, guys. It's a fruit, so it naturally has water up in here. So we're going to get a beautiful golden syrup out of this that we can wind up using as a base for our banana liqueur. But anyway, as always, I done a lot of rambling already for this part, but like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get to this process and get it done, and let's go ahead with it. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of our white sugar. It don't matter which one you put in first. We just sprinkling in a little bit, and just to show you that we're not discriminating, you're taking, go ahead and put some of the raw cane sugar in or whatever, kind of popping out or whatever, but you know, just put a little bit up in there at a time. And then we're gonna take and slice up some more of our bananas and put up in here, and we're gonna keep going through that process, stacking as we go or whatever, because we're gonna kind of shake it up just a little bit to mix it around, but that's gonna help coat the bananas and help get that nice syrup that we're looking for. All right, so like I said, look what we got, guys. As you can see right around here, we have our bananas, and like you see, we have the sugar. So I'll just take and shake that up a little bit, get it all mixed up a little bit so our sugar can cover the bananas. And like I said, we ain't got to do it too much. Just shake it enough so we can get our bananas covered up. And we're gonna go ahead and take and add the rest of our sugar up in here. Put it right there on the top. Gonna go ahead and use my cup so it's easier to pour We don't want to waste this sugar. Put as much as possible so we can get a nice amount back out of this. And so now that we have this pretty much covered up, that's what we want. And we're going to go ahead and get our cap and put on this. And as far as this step, we're done. I mean, as far as this step. So what we're going to do, like I said at the beginning of the video, is allow this to do its thing about room temperature. I'll say roughly 70 degrees average. So anywhere from 72, 75 degrees or whatever. But basically room temperature, let this sit, and we're gonna get a nice syrup up in here, guys. It's gonna be a beautiful syrup. The sugar is gonna soak up all that flavor and all the water, juices, whatever you want to say, out of our bananas over the course of a day or two. And it's gonna give us this beautiful banana syrup that we're gonna use to go with our extract that we're gonna make. And what I mean, like I said, extract, basically this is gonna be the base for the syrup, and then we're gonna make a banana extract, and we're gonna combine it together to get our banana liqueur. But through the magic of YouTube, I'm gonna show you the changes that it makes till we get to the point where we finish this one up. And like I said, we're also going to be covering the other two, so stay tuned because it's going to be all up in one video. But anyway, be right back, guys. All right, guys, so once again we are back, and the process of getting our bananas, as you see, is done. Still got a little syrup up in there, but that's what we was looking for, because we're going to take those bananas and our fresh bananas over here and cut them up. And we will combine the syrup bananas with our fresh bananas, and we are going to put it up in our container right here. So with that being said, as far as the extract part is concerned, because this is what we're going to work on now, the extract part is we're going to go ahead and dump this up in here. And like I said, put these bananas up here, and I know I repeated that for a reason. Now, we can add whatever kind of flavor that we want, guys, or whatever. I just picked up some Bacardi. I had to pick this up the other day, some Bacardi rum or whatever. And it's just a regular white rum. And I already have Plantation original dark rum that I had at the house. I know you guys don't know, but back in the day, not too long ago, but back in the day, I used to bartend. So I like keeping different liquors around so I can make some drinks. But also we have our Belvedere vodka right here. But now let me explain your alcohol. So with these three alcohols or whatever, usually when you're making an extract, you can use the vodka. The vodka will give you a more neutral flavor. I'm using the Bacardi today for this one because I want the rum to complement the banana. You know, usually when you get cocktails or whatever and you're using a banana liqueur or whatever, is you usually go up in a rum style cocktail. Now if I want to get more complex, or if you guys want to get more complex, you probably would like to go with a dark rum or a spice rum. I mean, you know, spices go well with bananas, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is take our bananas and kind of be careful as possible, because you know, you can see the syrup coming out of here. And we are going to scoop this up in here, and I might catch the sides, but we'll clean that up if I do. Ain't no big deal. So get this up in here, and then we are going to get to these fresh bananas and get those sliced and put that up in here too. Always a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna put this to the side, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do the bananas, and I gotta get a knife, so bear with me. All right, so now I got the banana, our fresh banana. We will go ahead and get this peeled, and we're gonna slice that, put up in our container. Now guys, like I said, this is gonna depend on the container size that you have for the amount of bananas. I picked up 3 fresh bananas to add up in here, but I have a 64-ounce jar, like I said. Once again, Walmart doesn't sponsor me, but I'm pretty sure just about every state has a Walmart, and if not, you can probably pick these jars up off of Amazon. You just have to check online and look online and see if they have it available. But it's going to all depends on what size you go with, whether it's an 8 ounce, a 16 ounce, or 32. It's going to be a varying amount. So I really don't want to put a number on the amount of bananas that you're going to be using. But as you see, I had a good bit because I want a good bit of syrup. Well, not the syrup, but I'm saying I want a good bit of liqueur made, because I always have beverages and brews and all those good things that I'm working on to add different flavors and stuff too. Plus, there's a few things coming up this year that I want to go ahead and try to make and have something that I can back flavor with without have to put it in fermentation or secondary, in a sense. I'll say it like that, just before bottling, to kind of give me a better taste profile or flavor profile, whatever you want to say. Okay, so while my cameraman is working on the shots of those bananas, just washing my hands right quick, get just a little bit of that banana off of my hand. And now what I'm going to do is take roughly 2 cups of the Bacardi. Like I said, your choice, whatever you want to use, once again, but I'm going to go ahead and use my Bacardi rum, and we want 2 cups of this. 2 cups. And we are just about there, because the other half of this bottle is going to go with the extract that we are going to make in a little bit. It's another extract, and we're going to just go ahead and pour this up in here like that, guys. And that's pretty much it for the, not it for the extract, but it for the process of making the extract. Because now we are going to just swirl it around a little bit, just enough to kind of get those bananas coated. And the reason why I put the bananas that we use for the syrup, because remember guys, this has been sitting out for about 2 days, and I also put this up in the refrigerator during those 2 days for 8 hours, you know, to help macerate those bananas or whatever, so we can get a lot of that nice golden syrup out there. And now with this part of the process, it usually take about 3 to 5 days that we're gonna let the bananas, our fresh bananas, sit on this. 3 to 5 days. You don't want to do too much time, which we should be fine. I haven't had an incident yet with mold or anything like that, because alcohol is a preservative. So by the bananas being completely submerged up in our room, we shouldn't have no problem with mold or any bacteria growing. But we're gonna take this and eventually put it up in, I would say a dark place, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't want it in sunlight or anything, but we're gonna basically put this up and let it sit for about 3 or 5 days. Like put it somewhere to the side, somewhere you don't even have to worry about it or whatever. But every day, when you think about it, or if you got it in a place that you can see, kind of take it and swirl it around. Just so it... All right, and I know I had paused, but I was grabbing my spoon, guys, I'm sorry. But as you see it, look at this. You got a nice golden syrup, and we'll try to get it a little bit more clear because we had some sugar left at the bottom of that container. So I'm gonna go ahead and take and put my stove on medium heat, not a medium heat, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour the syrup in my pot. And we're gonna let this come up, not to a boil, but like I said, maybe a simmer or something, just a low heat, because we wanna also kill any bacteria or wild yeast or anything that we have up in this. Because you got to remember, we didn't heat this up or nothing previously. We let it sit for a few days, and we don't want no little critters or anything growing up in our stuff. So I'm not going to time lapse it or anything, but as it warm up, I'm going to stir it up, and I'm going to get right back with you guys. Okay guys, so remember I was talking about our extract or whatever. Like I said, our liqueur is just about done because we're making a banana liqueur, but we are now focused on our coconut extract, and I'm currently going with 14 ounces, but I have right here some great value unsweetened coconut flakes, depending, because it could fail, but whatever, depending on how much this fills up will determine if I use our bag up in the back right here. But you can do a few different things or whatever. I could take and put this up in here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to fill at least half of that up, and then add my 2 cups or my leftover Bacardi that I have, because once again, rum complements coconut. And we're going to just put this in here, put our rum up in there, and that's it. That's it for the extract. And the beauty about this, guys, for a lot of your extracts, is you can take and put whatever you have, your dried fruits, your your herbs, spices, flowers, whatever in it, and let it sit. And I'll show you some examples of some extracts that I have previously made that I've been having sitting for a while, and they actually came out pretty well. But I'm just going to show you a few because I done made a lot so far. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. And like I said, it's quick, just like that.
Yeah, boy.
Okay guys, so with the simple syrup being done for the banana, all we're doing right now is waiting for the rum to extract the bananas that we put up in our jar from before, and then we're going to combine those two together, and I'll give you the rest of the information when we cross that bridge. But anyway, right now we're going to take, like I said, the rest of this Bacardi and pour up in our coconut. And that should be fine, or whatever. I might have to top it up a little bit with some more rum that I do have available, but I'll take care of that. But anyway, so now with this, all I'm gonna do is let this sit. Like I said, since it's basically alcohol, you can let it sit as long as you want it to sit and extract as much flavor as the coconut can possibly give. Also, you guys probably want to know, it's like, well, can we toast the coconut or use toasted coconut? Yeah, that's your choice. It's fine. I was just giving you an example of making an extract or whatever. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and top it up with the vodka. I mean, not the vodka, with the rum. And every day I'm going to take and swirl it around just a little bit. Go ahead and swirl it around, and that way we can make sure we get all of that covered and it's not growing any mold or anything. And like I said, this should keep indefinitely, but you will get to a point down the line where you might want to go ahead and take your coconut out, because like I said, it can stay in there, but it doesn't serve a purpose once it then extracted as much as well, the alcohol extracted as much flavor as it could possibly extract out of here or whatever. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you as far as time wise. You can go back and check it from month to month, check every 3 months, do something like 3, 6, 9, and 10 and see where it's at. And then you can decide if you want to go ahead and remove the coconut. And once you remove the coconut, basically you will have a coconut rum. So that's pretty much it for the extract. And once we finish the banana and this is done, as far as on camera, just letting you know it's not going to be done, but it's done for right now. We will be working on a simple syrup, and I will be coming back with the simple syrup. This is our extract. All right, so guys, as you can see, we have our banana extract, and I don't know if you can kind of tell, but the bananas kind of turned just a little bit brown. You know, ain't no big deal. Probably because some of them was at the top, right at the top. But as you can see, for the most part, got a nice hue of yellow on it. But we are about to go ahead and take it. And I grabbed a big mixing bowl with a strainer that I can put on the top while I pour it, and we are going to filter this to get the pulp and whatever little debris we have up in there, so we can just basically get our banana rum out there. And after that, we are going to mix it with our banana syrup that we have up in the refrigerator. So if you guys give me a chance, like I said, I'll be recording by myself most of the time, but let me go ahead and take this top off and I'll be right back. All right, so now I'm gonna do my best, hopefully, to grab this, and we are going to pour our rum out into the coffee filter. And what we are going to do is basically let it sit. We're gonna let it sit, and we're gonna strain this, and we're gonna just let it take as long as it need to go ahead and strain out into our mixing bowl. And once this is done, we're going to get a measurement of how much liquid we have, because we might have to top up with some of our Bacardi rum that we have right here, just to get the right, I guess to say the right ratio of the rum to the syrup, so we can get our liqueur done. But I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then I'll show you how much we got out of this. All right, now time for bottling, and we're going to use a 750 milliliter wine bottle to put our liqueur in. So as you guys can see on the left right here, we have our banana rum that we let the bananas infused in, and you can see that beautiful golden coppery color that it has. And right here on our right, we have our banana syrup that we had sitting up in the refrigerator until this got done. So now all we have to do is proportion it. Now, by us proportioning it, guys, this will be shelf stable. So meaning you don't have to worry about it going bad. The purpose of using a 40% more ABV alcohol helps preserve your liqueurs or your syrups or whatever, so that way you don't have to worry about it going bad. And to get our simple syrup, which we will be making next, but like I told you, for this one, it's all about proportions. So for a syrup, you're going to do a 1-to-1 ratio. You're going to do 1 part syrup, however much it is, to 1 part of your alcohol or whatever you have infused in your alcohol, however you do it, but 1-to-1. Now, if you want a liqueur, you're going to do 2-to-1. So basically, since I'm working up in cups right now, it's going to be roughly 2 cups of this to 1 cup of that. So we're going to go ahead and take our cover off, and I'm gonna shoot it to show you what's going in this bottle right here. Give me 1 second. And guys, this smells so good. I know you be hearing me talking this stuff up, but when I say this stuff smells, I mean, it is bananas, but I mean, you get that strong banana flavor, scent, or whatever, and it smells like a beautiful strong banana flavor. And I just tasted it or whatever, and like I said, guys, it tastes good. So right now we just poured in 1 cup of our banana syrup, and I think we had roughly almost 2 cups of the syrup that we had wound up getting before. And right now I'm gonna go ahead and top this up like I told you guys once before to 2 cups. And there we go. I mean, we was just right at it. It was probably about 1 3/4. So now we're gonna go ahead and pour this banana rum into here. And there you go. Now, for a lot of people that's anal or whatever, we could top this up to about right here if we want. It's no big deal, but I'm gonna leave it long because I just want my proportions to be the way they are. Plus, I want to save this beautiful banana syrup, maybe some ice cream or something, you know, because as of right now, we don't even have any alcohol in this. So I can take this and add it to my Bluebell ice cream, vanilla ice cream that I actually just purchased last night, and this will make a good topping. So it goes back to like what I tell you guys or whatever, you can take and use different things to make different things. That way you don't waste anything. So have our little T-top cork that we can put up in here, and all we're going to do is basically give it a little shake, help infuse some of this syrup that we have up in here. You know, like I said, we're not worrying about oxygenation up in our liquor, because guys, this is basically at this point a liqueur. Should be roughly around 25% ABV. So this is shelf stable, meaning, like I said, you can leave it out without it the worries of it going bad or anything like that. And basically, as always, we are done. We got that mixed around, and like I said, we have our syrup that we're going to use later on to put on some vanilla ice cream, maybe throw some pecans and some pecan, you can say pecan, on our ice cream with a little whipped cream or whatever later for dessert. But that's it for the banana liqueur. It's done. And like I said, guys, I already tasted this. It's words can't describe. It's so delicious or whatever. You guys gotta make this. A lot of people sleep on banana, but like I said, I love making banana beverages and stuff with bananas because it's one of the cheapest fruits to get, guys. And a lot of people sleep on it because it's, oh, the taste is or whatever, and they worry about artificial flavoring and all this, but this is not artificial. If you want something that's going to give you a true banana kick and a banana flavor in your wine or your cocktail or anything that you need to use a banana liqueur for, this is your friend right here, your best friend. Stroke the bottle. Yes, but anyway, I'll be right back with the rest of the stuff because we are about to go into our Falernum syrup. So be right back. Okay guys, for our syrup, we are going to do, well, our Falernum syrup, we are going to do two parts of rum and, well, 40 proof rum, and we're going to do 2 parts of simple syrup, and this is going to give us our 1-to-1 ratio of the Falernum syrup that we are going to make. Right here we have roughly about the zest of 5 small limes, and if you guys want that up in weight, that's roughly 16 grams of lime zest. Right here we have 2 grams of cloves, and we have 10 grams of ginger. So basically, just like I said, we are going to make an extract. So we are going to go ahead and dump our lime zest up into our container, and like I said, forgive me because I'm using one hand, and hopefully I don't waste too much like I am, but I'll take care of that. And we're going to go ahead and add our cloves, and we're going to go ahead and add our ginger. And give me 1 second so I can clean up this zest and put the rest of this zest up in here. Okay, so as you guys can see, we pretty much got everything up in here. Right there. We got everything up in there. And we are going to go ahead and add our, and I forgot to open the cap, but we're going to go ahead and add our 2 cups of rum. And the difference with using fresh fruit like we did for the banana, like I said, you're going to want to keep an eye on those fruits, because you don't want it to look like it's about to start growing mold or anything like that. And it's not going to take that long to get your flavors from those raw fruits or whatever you want to say. But when you're using herbs and spices or any kind of zest, you're fine. But you're going to want to let this go 2 weeks soaking in your alcohol. Like I say, vodka, tequila, gin, brandy, whatever you're using, you're going to want this to go for 2 weeks. Not 1, but 2 weeks. And after this finished extracting, just like the banana liqueur we made, we're going to be able to get our our Falernum syrup. And there's a special reason why I'm making this one, but I'm going to go over that at the end of the video. But through the magic of YouTube, we'll be right back again. Okay. We have basically come to the end for our last part of our little setup as far as our extract, liqueurs, and syrups. And as you see right here, we have Demerara and Muscovado sugar, and these 2 sugars have different taste profiles. So I want to switch things up when it comes to using the sugar for our Falernum And as you see, the beautiful color and all the stuff that's been soaking. Now, honestly, guys, this has been soaking about 3 days. And I wanted to tell you guys that you don't need a full 2 weeks for this. I'm just saying, when you have your herbs and spices, that you can leave them in as long as you want, because you don't have to worry, like I said, you don't have to worry about mold, bacteria, anything like that. And it's gonna be pretty much sealed, so you don't have to worry about air getting in and stuff like that, long as you don't keep opening your jar. But it's not no big deal, because like I said, you should be okay. You can smell it and all that other good stuff or whatever. Now, the other thing that I wanted to tell you about this is, when people make Falernum at home, they tend to use different proportions, but it kind of roughly end up being about the same amount. It just depends on the flavor that get extracted. Some people prefer more cloves, some people prefer more lime flavor, and some people prefer that little ginger spice from the ginger that you have up in it. And also, you can use some toasted almonds to go up in here. But if you was to put the toasted almonds in here, it would give it a opaque kind of look, instead of it being clear like we have here. You're gonna also see me add 1 teaspoon, or really, should I say it, I'm sorry, half a teaspoon of almond extract, because that's gonna also give the Falernum its flavor, or signature flavor that it has. But I want to go with this sugar because I am making an experimental mead that I might put on the channel, but I'm actually trying to get it set up for a competition and just see how it does or whatever. So that's the reason why I'm going with this sugar. But you can use any sugar that you guys like or whatever when you make the simple sugar. And when we make the sugar, simple sugar, we're going to do a 2-to-1 ratio. We're going to use 2 parts of sugar to 1 part of water, and a pound of sugar is roughly equal to 2 cups. So it's basically going to be 2 cups of sugar to 2 cups of water. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done and end the rambling, and I'm going to show you where we're at when everything is done. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, if you can smell this, it has a nice smell to it. You can smell the spices, you can smell the lime or whatever. And this one, like I said, is a little bit more concentrated because this has been sitting for about 3 days. Now, you could let this sit for 24 hours. 24, like I said before, 24 hours, and you would be fine. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You would be fine, and that should be enough time to draw this flavor out. But basically, after this drains, and we get our liquid out of here. We're gonna put it up in our measuring cup, and then we're gonna get ready to mix it with our simple syrup. As you see that we got here, we'll let it cook down a little bit more, reduce it, try to get this sugar dissolved as much as possible up in here, because we want a nice thick liquid to use. And like I said, I'm using the Demerara, should I say, tomato. But anyway, I'm using this, but you guys could use the white sugar. Normally that's what people use, but as always on the dock, we want to be different. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch from this little scene right here, and we're gonna go to the next scene, because like I said, it's gonna take a minute to get the sugar to dissolve completely, but we'll be right back. Oh my God, just showing y'all the almond extract that we're going to put up in this. I'm going to use half a teaspoon, guys, but you can use maybe a little bit more, just in case you didn't add none. Add no almonds to the regular mixture to give it a little bit more of a almond taste to it, but for right now I'm just going to add half a teaspoon. The good thing about this, I can always try it out and see what it tastes like, but I just wanted to show y'all that I didn't forget the almond extract for any of those people out there that was wondering when I was going to put it up in there, to say, well, how you gonna make Falernum if you didn't put the almond up in it? So there you go. Okay, so guys, we are done, and as you see before us, we have our extract, our syrup, well actually I'm sorry, our liqueur and our syrup. And like I said, guys, all of this was pretty easy. It just takes a little time and effort, but you will reap the benefits, because as you see, as far as the liquid amount or whatever, these will last you a good while, depending on how much flavoring you need for whatever you're putting into it or whatever. And I know a lot of you might ask also, it's like, okay, you use alcohol, or what if I'm trying to stay away from the alcohol or whatever? The alcohol really helps preserve this to make the shelf life longer. But if you're just trying to make a simple syrup with the fruits, that's fine. But it probably only lasts you a couple of weeks or so, and you want to keep an eye on it. That's the importance of adding either the lemon juice or the citric acid to help keep it a little bit longer. But this has obviously been over the course of 2 weeks that all of this has been made, but as course of YouTube, it's shorter, obviously. But like I said, it's easy, and you get a nice amount that you can keep for a long time to add it to different things. And right here, as you see, we have that Falernum Syrup. I am using this syrup to make a Tiki drink, but that might be coming to the channel this summer. No promises, but I am working on that. And all of this I have tried, and they taste real good. This banana liqueur, I used it just the other night, and I had some vanilla ice cream, and I put a little bit of this on my ice cream, and guys, it was good. I also used a little of that syrup that I had left. If you remember, only use 1 cup of the syrup in this to make the liqueur, but I used some on my banana ice cream with some whipped cream and a little bit of caramel, and whew, guys, you talking about was good and delicious. And like this is basically a coconut rum. You do get the coconut, and you get a nice flavor of coconut or whatever. So basically this is a coconut infused rum, but it does have a strong presence of coconut. And you can do this with pretty much anything, guys. Pretty much anything. Herbs, spices, chili peppers, fruits, vegetables, whatever you are trying to do. But I'm not going to keep y'all long. I just wanted to show y'all this little series in one, to do these 3 different things rather than to do 3 different videos. They, as you can see, pretty much everything overlaps for what you do and what you use, because as I went through the video, you guys seen, like I told you, this is how simple it is, combining and putting things together. But anyways, like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all long or anything. I don't know how long the video may be, but I hope you guys are enjoying, so it don't matter the length or anything. But basically, we are done, and these things are going to be put to use. But love you guys. Thank you always for watching. I appreciate you guys. Anyways, enjoy your extracts, liqueurs, and syrups, and I'll see you later on the dock. Bye, guys.